Hi everyone, I'm Marina, and today I'm going to give you a tour of the Dolomites, the most breathtaking mountain range in the Italian Alps. My husband and I, along with our 5 kids, are going on a 6,500-mile road trip across Europe. We are going to visit 30 of the most popular and most beautiful cities in Europe. Many of them are ranked among the most stunning destinations in the world. Over the course of this journey, we'll discover which city deserves to be called Europe's best city, which famous destination is the biggest disappointment, and which hidden gem travelers are overlooking. We'll share our honest opinions of every place we visit and rank them from 1 to 30 based on our personal experience. The Dolomites take their name from the French geologist Déodat de Dolomieu. In the late 1700s, he identified a previously unknown mineral in these mountains. The mineral was named dolomite in his honor. Although the Dolomites are part of the Greater Alps, this unique geology is why they're recognized as a separate section of the Alps. The Alps are mostly granite and metamorphic rock. The Dolomites are made of limestone. This gives them a very different shape. They look like giant stone castles. The Dolomites are located in northeastern Italy along the border of Austria. The Dolomites are about the size of Connecticut. East to west, they are about 150 kilometers, or 93 miles long. North to south, they are about 40 to 50 kilometers, or 25 to 30 miles wide. There are 5 major attractions in the Dolomites that we will be visiting. The first is Cortina d'Ampezzo. It's the most famous town in the Dolomites and one of the world's best-known mountain resorts. Nicknamed the Queen of the Dolomites, it has a population of around 6,000 year-round residents. What makes Cortina so special is the scenery. Cortina sits in a broad alpine valley, completely surrounded by dramatic peaks. The town feels like it's in the center of a giant natural amphitheater. Almost everywhere you look, you'll see towering mountains. Cortina is one of Italy's premier ski destinations. It offers over 120 kilometers, 75 miles of ski slopes. People sometimes compare it to Aspen, but with a distinctly Italian feel. Besides alpine chalets, there are mountain lodges, historic churches, and pedestrian shopping streets. Sitting in this valley gives Cortina some of the most spectacular sunrises and sunsets. The moon and night sky also glow beautifully over this landscape. Cortina hosted the 1956 Winter Olympics, the first Winter Olympics broadcast on television. It is also a host for the 2026 Winter Olympics, sharing events with Milan. This makes Cortina one of the few places to host the Winter Olympics more than once, combining stunning mountain landscapes, rich winter sports heritage, and reliable winter conditions. 14 kilometers or 9 miles northwest of Cortina, we have Lago di Misurina, a scenic alpine lake in the village of Misurina, known for its calm waters that mirror dramatic limestone peaks. It is one of the region's most photographed landscapes and serves as a popular gateway. It hosted the speed skating events during the 1956 Winter Olympics in Cortina. It was the last Olympic speed skating competition held on natural ice. Misurina is not really a village in the traditional sense. It's better described as a small alpine hamlet built around the lake, with only a handful of hotels, restaurants, and mountain lodges. It's a peaceful mountain hideaway that feels cut off from the busy world. "35 kilometers or 22 miles northeast brings us to Pragser Wildsee, known by its Italian name Lago di Braies, or Lake Braies. It's one of the most striking lakes in the Dolomites. Renowned for its emerald turquoise water and dramatic mountain setting, it's the Dolomites' most photographed natural landmark. Its vivid color comes from exceptionally clear, mineral-rich mountain water. The iconic wooden boathouse and the towering mountain create one of the classic landscapes of the Dolomites. Visitors can also rent traditional wooden rowboats during the warmer months. Pragser Wildsee is probably the most photographed lake in all Italy. "73 kilometers or 45 miles away is Gardena Pass. This is the most scenic mountain pass in the Dolomites. Many people also consider it the most beautiful. It's positioned between some of the region's most iconic mountain groups. The road is one of Europe's classic mountain drives, 19 hairpin bends and 360-degree views. It also serves as a gateway to some of the region's best hiking, cycling, and skiing. If you want to witness the majesty of God's creation and stand in awe, this is a place you'll never forget." "47 kilometers or 30 miles away is Val di Funes. If you've ever seen a postcard or wallpaper of a tiny church sitting in a green meadow and jagged mountains rising behind it, there's a good chance it was taken in Val di Funes. Many people consider Val di Funes to be the most photogenic valley in the Dolomites. Behind it rise the dramatic Odal peaks. Almost every direction looks like a painting. Farming still shapes the landscape. Unlike many tourist destinations, farming is still an important part of daily life. Now that we have seen what makes the Dolomites one of the most beautiful mountain ranges in the world, it's time to rank it.
Mountains are one of the most majestic natural wonders. We live in Florida where it's pretty flat, so this is something we are particularly drawn to. When we first arrived to the Dolomites, one of the first impressions was, how do we get all this on film? Trying to capture the overall scale, the beauty of it, and the feel was probably the most challenging part. It was pretty peaceful to drive to each destination. The only thing was you're going to need to pace yourself a little bit because the people in the back seat might get a little bit nauseous. I think they're very windy. We had to stop multiple times, and I think almost for each kid on separate occasions.
They all eventually felt sick to their stomach driving.
Everybody was getting a little bit nauseous, so we had to take stops to have them go outside, get some fresh air.
Thankfully nobody threw up, but eventually at some point every kid got nauseous.
You can't drive very fast on those roads, but even after 30 minutes of it, sometimes you have to reset your equilibrium. Going between the 5 different destinations, each trip was very enjoyable. You know, it's basically scenic the whole entire time. And the other thing that I noticed was it's pretty quiet everywhere we were at. The busiest place in all of the Dolomites was Lake Braies. That was by far the busiest attraction with the most tourists, and I guess that's to be expected at one of the most photographed lakes in all of Italy. They actually have a cafeteria style restaurant right near the lake to feed all the tourists, and we ate there for lunch and it was pretty good. One of the things that we enjoyed was grabbing pizza for dinner, and we ate it right near our Airbnb on a high mountain and had beautiful views, great weather, nobody around. That was a very pleasant experience. So where do the Dolomites rank? We rank them right above Hallstatt and between San Sebastian. Would we come here again? Yes, absolutely. We would love to come here, experience all the different seasons. There are so many places to bike and hike, and just absolute great place to rest mentally.
I would love to come skiing here in the winter with the kids, get a cabin perhaps somewhere in the mountains and go on the slopes. It just seems like that would be the perfect place to do it.
This is definitely a place where you feel separated from the cares of this world and engaged in the wonders of nature. Well, thanks for watching, and if you'd like to support our journey, subscribe or join our Patreon community. And the next place we'll be visiting is considered one of the most romantic cities in the world.
Until next time, as we journey across the real coast to coast.